ground around the stadium, getting here nice and early, and already they were lining up in the streets. And they've come here for one reason and one reason alone, to see their team march on in this competition. They've won the toss and elected to bowl first.
I don't mind the decision. That's been their strength. They like to chase, know what they're going after. The pitch on the slower side, but I don't see it changing much. It's about using it smartly. Finn Allen, Tim Seifert, amongst the runs, powerful hitters right at the top, but these are different conditions for them. Slightly slower. Just hang it out there and see what they have. Come and get us. That's the message.
The other thing about it too is Tim Seifert will be on strike first up, is that these boys haven't played a game for a while. They had a rain out against Pakistan. I spoke to several of the players and the coaching staff, and they said they can't wait. They're getting itchy feet sitting in the hotel and playing in the nets, so they've been looking forward to tonight with relish. So Finn Allen and Tim Seifert will be there together. He's a dangerous player. They're both very, very dangerous in this power play.
Madhushankar, left-armer. He should use the new ball, in my opinion, because he can bring it back in. Any left-armer who does that is dangerous. Well, 8 days. Kiwis of the past, wonder what they would have been up to, but these guys are real professionals too. Smithy.
All lining up down the streets, fellas. And they have two fielders out on the onside, Sri Lanka, in case they can get some left-arm swing in, and Allen looks to hit over the top of mid-on or down towards square leg. And Seifert too, and they've got a short mid-off. First ball of a very important match. And a bit of movement off the surface, a bit of bat, a bit of pad, New Zealand underway.
Madhushankar will be trying to swing the ball into the right-hander. It's a good length that he bowled up front. He should be bowling that length right throughout, especially with the new ball.
There you see the angle, across and then straightens down. That's what Madhushankar can do for you. The fact that there's a fielder just next to the cut strip, it's just trying to force the batters to change the angle of the bat rather than hit through. Maybe that in-swinger will sneak through.
An intriguing position. It's not very often seen. You see it in Test cricket quite a lot after a while, but you don't see it very often in white ball cricket. So well done, Sri Lanka, and their think tank have done some homework here. Movement back in again. Finn Allen and Tim Seifert. Their partnerships in T20 internationals in the last year have averaged 60 at 11.89.
Yeah, with this field, Madhushankar would be expecting the batter to go through extra covers, create that gap between bat and ball, bat and pad, rather, to try and sneak that into the gates.
Look, what I like about this New Zealand team is that they've spent a lot of time in India prior to this. A grueling tour. You work hard, you got to keep coming at India, and they'll be in a great frame of mind to compete.
They'll get the crowd into it. A really good start from Sri Lanka is crucial for them to get this crowd as their 12th man, to get them behind them, lifting them.
Really has been amazing, the love the team has been getting from them, especially after the defeat in the previous game. Disappointing one. They just hope that they put it behind and move on. A day in the spent on the beach, soaking in the salt water, rubbing salt into the wounds from the other day.
On over mid-wicket, there's no one back there, and I think it's just carried the whole way. So Finn Allen, even though there are two men out on the outside circle, has picked his spot well.
Finn Allen went through with the shot, was slightly overpitched, but still coming into him. He just went through with the shot. He always wanted to hit that over mid-wicket.
That's the shorter boundary. One short boundary, that's the leg side at the moment to Finn Allen. Just a little fuller. That was the mistake Madhushankar made, but early in an innings, you got to look for that swing. You got to look through to try and creep through and maybe say Kiora when it hits the stumps.
A little bit of conjecture here between bowler and captain and long on as to exactly what's going on here. The umpire's going to get involved as well. Milestones tonight. Lakshana needs 4 more for 50 T20 catches. Mitchell Santner 26 more runs for 1,000 in T20 internationals.
I think the conversation was the Sri Lankans asking if that was a 4, but definitely went over.
Finn Allen's first innings on Sri Lankan soil. He's played a lot of franchise cricket around the world. Played a heck of a lot for New Zealand, to be honest, but around the world he plies his trade. But believe it or not, this is his first innings on Sri Lankan soil. Happy with that lineup tonight. First innings on Sri Lankan soil.
For Sri Lanka, is that his best? Great addition, replacing Kamil Mishara. The opening slot has been a problem. I think Mendes will slot into that opening position along with Nissanka.
This time, looking to hit through the offside for the first time. 8 for none, the first over goes.
Well, the intent there from the New Zealand openers. If it's in their arc, they're gonna play their shots. That's how they do it. That's how you put pressure on the bowlers. England already qualified. Lanka need to win both. New Zealand can still creep through, even if they lose here and beat England in their last games.
Well, Alage comes in to bowl the second over for Sri Lanka. Well, Alage is a gutty cricketer. When ball at hand, he wants to keep it tight. That'll be his role. Especially Finn Allen and Seifert haven't had a good outing with the spinners.
Long off his back, deep mid-wicket as well. He's not all the way to the fence. That's the long boundary and a slip and play. In case there's a bit of spin. It's a good move. Right-handed.
Don't expect too much turn. It's just about varying the pace. And Finn Allen made his debut in 2021. I initially heard about him when Simon Dool mentioned him. This is very powerful player coming through long before that. So
Seifert and Allen, this was always coming from Sri Lanka. They haven't played sprint really well. Their average is just 19.
Spoke to a lot of people out there in the middle, and everyone was saying they're thinking it's slow. You think it's going to be a bit slow, and already we've seen the evidence of with New Zealand trying to play flourishing drives against a newish ball, not timing.
Looking for a little bit of turn as well. That's it. That's the reason they're giving themselves room. Still haven't seen feed look. Pushes that back leg deep into the crease. This is good play. Well, Alage bowling in the 90s. It's hard in the power play without any protection in the deep. Hence a little bit more pace on offer.
In the air and safe. Boy, there's a ring of fielders. It could have gone to any of them. Fortune favours the brave for Allen that time around.
With an offer for Allen as a crack at it. Luckily for him, finds the gap.
Yeah, just throws his hands at it. Not all that short. Well, Alage, oh, he's gonna need to maybe get one to grip, just to get him thinking that he can threaten both edges. Right now, just sliding on the one angle.
Added to the throng on the offside now. Slippers come out into a more defensive position. Nicely placed. New Zealanders last night in the nets with a focus on spin. Big focus on spin. Seifert on strike. Finn Allen standing behind, swapping over. That's how they spent last night. Drag down, and that'll go for 4. Won't cut it off. Back with a square. Oven with a brave chase, but not good enough, and a huge over for New Zealand. 15 from it, 23 for none.
Find your ups and downs and all the in-betweens. Find your move.
Discover Crivet in your Lidl store. Men's and ladies soft shell jackets just $9.99 with Lidl Plus. And aluminium hiking poles just $14.99. Lidl. More to value.
New Zealand have gone away from the norm tonight. Just with the 2 specialist seamers, not very often you see New Zealand sides do that. More emphasis on spin themselves. So McConkey comes in at number 8. No Jimmy Neesham, who's been a fixture in the side for quite some time. He sits this one out. Madushanka again. Take on mid-off and get there.
Good running by New Zealand. Yeah, coming back to the toss and the pitch, I still feel that the pitch is a really good one. And it's coming on nicely. Maybe after the 6th over we can see a little bit of slowness on the wicket, but it has played out brilliantly. And I was a little bit surprised with Sri Lanka opting to bowl first. On a big game like this, you should always bat first, get the runs on the board.
I'm with you, actually. I would have thought they'd have batted on a surface they know pretty well. And said to New Zealand, you go get them. If we can get 160, 170, 173 is the par score here, or the average score here for batting first. We get 170, 180. Good luck going to get them with this atmosphere and all the pressure involved.
Well, not too long ago, less than a week ago, 178. They let Zimbabwe chase now. These all be playing in their mind. The pitch dry, bit of covering of grass, no cracks. Will hold up nicely through the 40 overs.
Searching for early success. That's what the skipper wanted at the toss. Early success. And he might have it. Yes! Down! It would have been a beauty. An absolute screamer. Ikshana was the player down there.
A good effort, but not good enough. You have to hang on to those things. In a game like this, high pressure game, you want to keep the opposition to a minimum. Oh, it's a good effort, but yeah, unfortunate.
Slower delivery. Maybe a better fielder might have taken another step towards it. Theekshana threw himself at it. Juggled. And he's lost his step.
We don't know how much that will cost, but Tim Seifert's been in pretty good nick. Comes back and gets hit straight down the ground. Beautifully timed. Absolutely gun barrel straight from Finn Allen.
What a magnificent shot. Finn Allen. Once again, Madushanka slightly fuller, presenting the full face of the bat. Goes to a boundary.
Right there, wasn't it? All he needed to do was to swing through. Talking of swing, with the white ball, swing disappears very fast.
The edge through to the keeper, so no problem there. This is great atmosphere. Great to see for your home team.
Yeah, Sri Lanka has been amazing right throughout. From the very first game up to now, they have been amazing. Right behind their team, supporting all the way.
Nicely bowled. Slightly slower, and the length was very good. Van Allen pinches another single to mid-off. So a better over for Sri Lanka. 7 from it, 30 for none after 3.
Going at 10, New Zealand. This is what they like to do. Power play, 10.33. Launch phase, the highest run rate achieved by the New Zealanders.
Dekshana comes in to have a bowl for Sri Lanka. He's the leading wicket taker with 8 wickets for Sri Lanka in this tournament.
That was a real upset, the loss to Zimbabwe. That just rattled the cage a wee bit. The loss to England would have hurt as well, but that Zimbabwean one was big. Straight back. He dropped the first one, he catches the second.
Needed to break this partnership. Needed a wicket, needed to break.
Moment. Dangerous player, gone already.
Pick up a wicket. Sudden. Sri Lanka. Quieter over. Most wickets for Sri Lanka in this T20 World Cup. Dekshana. 9 of them. It's no Hasaranga anymore. It's the other 4 bowlers will have to pick up those wickets. You're not containing New Zealand if you don't pick up wickets.
Sharma playing his 4th T20 World Cup. Amazing. Deep, what do you do at this end now? What do you do at this end, Angelo? Who would you bowl now? We'll just have another look at the one that goes down. And his head was down at that point. And then the one that stuck.